welcome to Haircolor Confessional. I'm Angela.
I'm Christine.
And we have an amazing guest with us today, Mr. James Wilson. And he is the Master Fusion Hair Extensions Artist, an independent instructor and owner of Salon Blue and Hair Extensions Lab of Fort Worth. And he's hashtag the Hair Extension Guy. Welcome, James Wilson.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming on. We're so excited to hear all about your hair extensions.
Okay, so James and I have known each other forever.
Forever.
We went to hair school together, which was a blast.
Yes.
And he has way more stories on me than I even want to admit. And then we went to instructor school together.
Yes.
And that was awesome.
That was a great time.
So, yeah, so we both have our instructor's license. And we have lots of stories there, too.
Teaching was a lot of fun.
Teaching was a lot of fun.
And it gave me a foundation to do a lot of things.
We were the most fun instructors.
Oh, definitely.
At hair school.
Calling everybody to the front desk.
Oh my gosh.
We totally used the mic for things that weren't supposed to be used for. And we totally would play little pranks on the students.
Yes.
Nothing bad, just oh my gosh, what are you doing? And that kind of thing, just fun stuff, We made it fun.
It was a lot of fun.
So why did you guys, for me, for instance, I went to hair school and then I decided, hey, I want to go to Darrett's in Arlington and be a hairstylist. So what made you guys want to go even further and be instructors?
Well, we thought we were good.
Yeah. And
did you want to teach after?
I did want to teach.
Right?
And I would when I slowed down my career and would get left behind the chair, I thought teaching's a great backup.
Yes.
Right.
And I wanted to get the license straight away.
Get it right. Get it
so
done.
So we did it a while back.
I was thinking for retirement. In case I don't want to do hair later, I can always go to teach later.
So educate me on, do you still maintain your instructor's license?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So not only are you independent contractor with your cosmetology license, then you have your suite license, and then you have your instructor's license. Yep. So there's 3 or 4 different licenses that you guys carry.
Yes.
As being a hairstylist, right? Okay.
Everyone comes with fees and fines, and you got to up your constant continuing education,
right?
Which keeps you current and keeps you aware of safety, and keeps you aware of safety, different things that are out there that we're watching out for.
Yeah,
it's a lot of a lot goes in behind it.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I know personally for myself, I went to a hair salon that was a commission salon. And I did an apprenticeship for about a year, and then I just went to another salon and spread my wings. But you guys went
straight into
instructor school.
But I did go back and do an apprenticeship for 2 years.
Okay.
I was a color tech for about 15 years. All I did was color. Extensions, color, straightening, relaxing, the whole deal.
Yeah. So she went to Darrett's.
Love Darrett's.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I told her too. I said, I almost went there, but then it was in Arlington,
Right. So. Well, you go to Shelton's or you go to Darrett's after Ogle's hair school.
That's where we went.
And that's where you guys went. You guys went to the Fort Worth location, and I went to the Arlington location. And I've just stayed in Arlington my whole career, pretty much. So, but it's interesting that you, you started out in Fort Worth, and then
I always knew I wanted a carer that traveled.
Okay.
Anywhere I could pick up and move and start immediately up and get going in the field.
So once you got out of hair school and then you were in a salon here in the Fort Worth area, then where else did you go? Did you go from state to state to your travels?
I stayed here for a good 10 years. Okay. And then one night I went on vacation to Florida and I came home, looked at my stuff, looked around and said, I'm leaving. I packed up my stuff and left the next week.
Wow. Okay, so tell me is there different certifications? Because I know from state to state that you have to apply for a different license, a cosmetology license, but some states you can't get grandfathered in.
Right.
So you have to take a test, the state boards, or you have to pay more fees. How did Florida?
Florida was pretty much a paper switch. It just took a little while for the paperwork to go through. So I'd say, my advice to somebody who's going to move out of state, look into that state's licensing first.
Yes.
Right.
Because you may have to go back to school. You may have to take a state board. I would look at that state's licensing and then transfer licenses because it was difficult because I had to work and I had to tell people, this is my license, but I'm in transit and I had to show my transit papers that I was basically, I'm not scamming them. I'm going to be there working.
Right.
Right. Okay. So, and then how long did you stay in Miami?
I was in South Beach for about, I want to say 3.5 years.
Okay.
And then I moved to California. I went for a vacation, see my friend there, loved it, met somebody that I was going to be with for a little while. And so I just packed up and moved again in one night.
I love that.
Within 3 weeks, I was already in transit over to California. And California was a difficult licensing to get.
Okay.
They require a lot more hours. So they grandfathered me in with the hours, but I did have to take state board.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I took a 20-year vet, taking state board again.
Right.
Having to do finger waves and pin curls and straightening.
Did you have to do facials and
no, we didn't have to do facials, but we had
nails?
We had to do nails, which was like, whoa. I got my lady stamp. I got a book and started reading about what are the proper steps, you know?
Right. And what about the fees? Were they a lot more expensive in California than Florida or Texas?
No,
or
Texas,
were they
they're all about the same. They're all about the same.
Okay. And then they have continuing education in California.
Of course, yes.
And then how did you start? Did you just start at a commission salon or did you start?
I started at a commission salon.
Okay.
So while I apprenticed, went through my commissionship, I did that for a long time. I thought I was about a big believer in the whole unity of the salon. I love a commission-based salon, especially when you're starting out.
Right.
It gives you all your foundations. You have people to ask if you're in trouble. I think one of the biggest mistakes I see with young stylists is they go into a suite right out of school.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And they don't have anybody to guide them business-wise.
Right.
And I would say the number one thing is get an accountant. Get an accountant. It's just so much easier to let them deal with it.
Right.
Because the tax laws are very different. But I would say go to apprentice, go to commission salon, and then get your feet wet and get a lot of business on you. You know, knock out some people.
There's so much to being a hairstylist. Not only do you have to run your books, you've got to learn how to build relationships with your clients.
Absolutely.
You've got to know your trade. You've got to keep up at least 4 times a year, just trying to figure out what the new styles are.
And we constantly go to shows.
Constantly go to
shows. That's a big thing.
shows.
It's, you write it off, and it's a vacation.
Right.
It's a super fun
Absolutely.
vacation because you run a lot of hairdressers.
We make it look like it's so easy, but it's actually a hard industry. They say the first 5 years of a hairdresser, if you can stay after the 5th year, that you will succeed in that career. But there's so many stylists that do go to hair school. They think, oh, this is so easy. We're going to make $100,000 in the first 5 years, and budgeting
is a big thing.
Budgeting is a big thing.
Your busy months. Are your busy months, and your summer months are your slow months. So
everybody's on vacation.
Everybody's on vacation. My clients go to a lot of them go to Rio Dosa. A lot of them go to Colorado for the summer. So you have to make sure that you're having that rotating business that keeps you afloat.
Right. Yeah. Our busy months are usually November, December. And you got graduation. You got April and May, and
Valentine's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of different holidays that people just don't. If you're not a hairstylist, you just don't know, right? You don't know what we as hairstylists really go through unless you are one.
And there's not a lot of hairstylists that have been doing it as long as us.
Right.
No, there's really not.
There's really not.
And I love that you've gone from Texas to Florida to California, and you've seen this whole shift of what people are doing all over the United States.
And it's completely different. On coast to coast, completely different.
Yeah.
It's completely
so
different.
what do you specialize in?
Thinning hair.
Okay.
So clients who for whatever reason, are going through or have gone through hair loss, then their hair gets so fine and thin you can actually see through it.
Okay.
And we do a lot of those clients.
Okay, and I'm assuming there's certifications that you have to do.
There is. There's all kinds of certifications for thinning hair. There's different things that you're going to do. Like the microline, she is made for someone who is physically thinning on the scalp.
Okay.
With a nest volume
and it covers the whole cap.
It's a breathable mesh. Okay. So what it does is here, we put it on here, we bond it in 28 spots comes on the head. So it's semi-permanent, it stays on. The hair you keep for a year. So you can reuse this hair over and over and over.
Wow.
You pull the hair through with a crochet hook, and that's going to be your maintenance at home, is constantly pulling that through, and it blends in. So when you get in, she comes in 12 inches, and she's perfectly look natural.
That's beautiful.
So someone who's physically where you can see through 3 or 4 layers of hair, this guy will.
Educate me on how you anchor that down.
Well, it's got a bonding ring here inside.
And do you use it with glue or do you use it with
heat?
Use heat.
It's a real pointed machine with a heat. So I pull it through, loop it around into a knot, heat it up, seal it down, and then you can brush it. You can swim with it. You're showering.
So it's not attached to the skin.
No, it's attached to the hair.
Okay.
But it is a semi-permanent piece because you will use this piece up to a year.
Okay.
Wow.
And then we suggest you go get another one.
Because
Now,
it's
each one-
100% real hair.
It's 100% real hair, and it's all hand tied. So she's a delicate mesh. She's really beautiful, but she's really, really, really great for somebody who's thinning on the scalp, or someone who has through alopecia has a hole in their scalp and they're a completely bald spot. We can fill this in with tulle in here, place it on top, and you'll never know it.
And then they come in how often do they come in to
I
have
would
it
say
adjusted?
between somebody with finer hair that's going to need more adjusting because it slips quicker, I would say about 6 weeks. The other ones would be about sometimes 3 months.
Okay. So say for instance, let's just use an example. Say for instance, I have that on my scalp, and I go home. At 6 weeks, I come back. How do I maintain that?
It's a breathable mesh, so you're going to feel. You can actually get to your scalp. You can feel it. It's not like a toupee where you're going to feel, or a hairpiece where you're not going to be able to touch your scalp. You'll be able to feel your scalp. You shampoo it, blow dry it, just like everyday hair.
Okay. Do I use a certain brush? Do I use a certain
With
shampoo?
extensions, I always tell you to power dry first.
Okay.
And then go back in and use your smoothing tools. But it styles just the same as your regular hair.
So I can curl it, I can flat iron it.
Absolutely, swim in it. You can run with it. It's the versatility is what makes it so wonderful, because you can actually maintain a normal lifestyle with several. I have one client who's got a hole in her head right here from a scar.
Okay.
So we use this one, and then in the section where her hole is, I have tulle in there, so it doesn't need to be pulled through, and it just whoop, pops on. You can't see it. It's invisible.
And that's considered, I guess, alopecia?
Hers was from a scar.
Oh, it's from a scar. Okay.
It's from a car wreck.
But if you had that, you could use it for that too.
Yeah, alopecia would cover.
Yeah.
We can do, even the whole piece can be done as a tool. If you'd only have enough hair to bond it on the rounds. And then I would put
Wow.
extensions underneath, because you don't want just to sit on your head.
Right.
If you need volume down here, I can actually put extensions down here and then maintain those too.
Okay. So you really customize it per... Whatever your client needs, that you can really customize.
They're colorable, they're customizable.
The length?
The length comes in 12 inches.
Okay.
So
gonna
where
say.
you'd want any more length, like your hair, we put on yours, you'd want to put extensions in the bottom.
Okay.
And then just travel the two together and blend them in.
Because I've seen different styles of like bonding, but I've seen also like there's 12 inch, 14 inch, 16 inch.
Yeah, and our
And
extensions.
then you just cut them and customize to
our
the
nano
length that they
extensions
want.
come in 18 to 26 inches.
Oh wow.
So there's we don't like to cut a lot. If you're only buying 8 inches of hair,
Right.
you really want to pay for 8 inches of hair. You don't want to pay for 22 inches
Right.
and then cut it all off.
Yes.
Because the longer the hair, the more expensive it is.
Correct. Curly hair, long hair, 26 inches are special order.
Oh wow.
So those do come in. So that 26 inches is below the waist.
So if I had naturally curly hair and I wanted extensions,
They have curly hair
they
extensions.
have. I love that.
Yes. First
And
we-
they have them in how many different shades of colors?
52 shades,
Wow.
Wow.
including gray.
What brand do you use?
Hairdreams.
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 Okay.
They're not my exclusive brand, but they're the one I go to first.
Okay. You use several different kinds of brands?
Correct. Now these are going to be the longest wearing. The nanos are the longest wearing free-flowing extensions you're going to get.
Okay.
They do sit in the hair 4 to 6 months. I could pop them in your hair, so you're only going to see me twice a year.
Oh.
They're a little bit on the higher end price scale. However, you think of the months that you're not refilling every quarter, you're filling every
Right.
half a year.
Because usually on the average it's every 6 weeks, right? 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how fast your hair grows out, right? And then
And for
you've got to
regular
go
extensions,
back.
about 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
These are going to last 4 to 6 months.
Wow.
They will travel down. The bead is so micro tiny. And the hair is not bleached. It's toned. So they're actually it's European hair, so it's actually harvested from a blonde and toned. It's never bleached
This
and
is
toned out.
great feeling hair. Okay, so how do you bond it to the hair?
This is the best part. Where normal service would take you 3 to 4 hours to put extensions in, the nano laser puts in 5 at a time, so you're looking less than an hour.
Wow.
So you'll have that new look
So
in
you're
less than an
just
hour.
clip.
Put it on, you put it up, it heats it, it fires a laser into it, it warms it. The polymer seals around the hair shaft and it seals tight. You release it, and that hair is in there for 6 months.
Nice.
So do you take a section of that width of hair and then it just...
There's a clip that goes with it. It'll measure you exactly.
Okay.
You take a little bit more because you want more free movement. So it really less is more with these. It's incredible.
So how long does that process? Now I know every person, it varies, but on the average, how long does it take for you to put...
To direct install,
Yes.
less than an hour.
Wow.
Maybe an hour and 30 with cutting and styling.
Okay.
But they go straight in the hair. You can do 250 bonds, which is a lot of hair. That's a
lot.
mega hair.
Right.
and the waist length an hour.
Okay, and then tell me how you remove it.
We remove in 4 to 6 months. You just crack it with a plier. It's like you grab the hair, pull it off, and it slides right out.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't cause any breakage unless you're putting them in the wrong.
So there's no oil, there's
No oil.
no type of oil removers, or
No.
it's just a crack and pull.
There's a remover we spray. It doesn't have oil in it. We use alcohol. Crack it, and they're in there. When you put them in, they're in for 6 months. You pull them out, and the hair's completely normal.
Wow, I'm so impressed. I had no idea. There's so many different kinds of extensions on the market.
Absolutely.
These sound like the best ones to get.
It's a very high end. This is just a Rolls Royce of extensions.
Okay, because that's what that sounds like. Because most hair extensions are not good for the hair.
No.
They'll break the hair. They'll cause.
Well, it's from installation
yeah.
error. Because a lot of guys will take too much of a circle, and your hair ever know this pullage. You never want to wear your hair up, though.
Right,
That's
because
a
it
big.
puts
That would cause
stress on the
it.
hair.
Yeah, it's low ponies from now on out. I always offer my clients. I give them everything they need with a service. So you get your shampoo, conditioner, your styler, a brush, and your maintenance package.
Okay.
And which is, the only maintenance is every couple of weeks I'm going to want you to come in and do a trim cut, which is where the extensions go together. Your hair will naturally shed. Well, the shed hair is trapped inside here, so sometimes they'll mat together.
Oh.
So if I bring you in every 6 weeks, I come in, I just cut those out, and you're in and out 30 minutes.
Wow. I'm so
Okay.
impressed. Yeah, I've seen them where, they do a row and they braid it and then
Yes.
they sew it in.
And I do the hand-tied wefts too. These are for someone who's really wanting longer, thicker hair. With the hand-tied weft, I feel like they cause a lot of stress. And a lot of my
Right.
clients already have stressed hair.
Right.
So they don't want that full weight of,
Because I've always heard of breakage.
Yeah.
So with fine hair, don't do the extensions because
Right.
you have breakage. But this
Right.
doesn't sound like there's any
no,
kind of
because
breakage.
because the pieces are so small.
Right.
You're-
Oh, here.
They're so tiny. They're
Right.
the size of the head of a match. So there's not a lot of pressure put on. The clip that we put in ensures that you only get enough hair to go in there. And then they last. They're right here.
And you probably only put them to a certain point on the hair so that you don't see them
I always
with calyx and stuff.
Well, with cowlick, you go about a ½ inch below.
Okay.
Where you can stick your finger underneath and you can see your finger, that's too, you don't want to see these. These will blend in naturally and they stay beautiful.
Wow.
Their entire life of their hair.
That's really cool.
I know. So where did you hear about this? Was it California or was it Texas?
It was actually California.
Okay.
I saw this in a magazine, in a trade magazine. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to try that. I got to get it. So I went and paid the several $1,000s to go certification.
Right.
And it was incredible. Incredible. 5 minutes. I mean, you can think an hour for the gallon to go. You get extensions in an hour and you're out the door an hour and 20
Wow.
minutes.
That's a beautiful thing.
Instead of an all-day deal where you're bringing your laptop and your
Right.
book.
I just don't
and-
think our clients realize that not only do we have to pay for our education, we have to get certified, we have to pay for the supplies.
Absolutely.
And then we pay for our time and our space.
The utensils.
everything.
Yeah, our
And
utensils.
so that's why they're so expensive is because
We spend thousands of dollars on education.
right.
Yeah.
Every year, thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Right.
Classes are $400 to $600.
Right.
Sometimes classes are $3,000 that you buy into, and you got to get your return on your investment.
Yeah.
So
Right. And
that's
then
why we
not
price
only-
ourselves at
Well,
such a,
and then people, clients will come in and they'll say, "Oh, well, I can buy your hair products on Amazon, or I can buy them, at Ulta." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I mean, support the hairstylist.
Yeah, the Amazon has definitely cut into our business quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because my
Absolutely.
clients will be like, you know what, I was going to come in and get that, but I was online and I said, oh, I just saw that, so I ordered it.
Yeah.
Right.
The good thing with Hairdreams is you can't get their products online.
Right.
It's kind of like the old Aveda days where you don't.
So you have to have the inventory in stock, and
I
then
do.
or take an
I-
order for your clients.
When I take an order, I always bring an order kit, and so you get all this freebies. You get about
Oh, I
$150
love
worth of
it.
kit. You get your brush, your shampoo, conditioner, and your styler, and your deep conditioner.
So it's like an intro kit. So I come in and I'm like, "Hey, I really want extensions," and I tell you the length, and I tell you the color, and I tell you exactly what I want, and then you give me an intro kit with all the products.
Yes, because I want to make sure that you're maintaining it
Right.
to the max availability. I
Yeah.
don't want you going, well, I spent a lot of money on my hair extensions, and here's the product. And they're like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and use what I'm
You
using.
want
And it's-
something
Yes.
that's going to be dedicated. That's
right,
going
and
to
you
be.
can't. But these you cannot use any products that are oil based.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of oil based products will weaken the bond. So that's why we give you ahead of time. We're like, this is what you use. You want shine. You want this. And we have a full array of products.
So you're educating your clients as
Absolutely.
well. Exactly what they're doing in the mornings to what they're doing at night to what they're
And the
how
main
they're
thing
shampooing.
is brush, 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 brush. I tell my clients to brush 3 times a day because they'll do it once a week. So
Yeah, because they think they don't have to brush extensions.
yeah, and you really want to brush them rather aggressively. You hold here and just brush. The more you brush, it keeps that hair tidy and keeps it really clean, and that bond is secure.
Yeah, it keeps it from tangling up.
And I do bring you in every 6 weeks to take a look at it. And I take a look at every bond that's in there and look at cut thin pieces that don't belong and maintain it, trim it, because you will grow out. In 6 months, you're going to grow out long. You may want to bring it up to appropriate length.
It's really a craft what you're doing.
It's different for everyone. The price
Right.
is different for everyone
Right.
because some people only need a few pieces, some in the front. Some hair doesn't grow in here. They want it thicker here. We can do that easily. And so that's why people ask for how do you charge? And it's like, well, here's the thing. I don't know what you need.
Yeah.
I charge according to your need.
You have to consult everyone.
Right.
Come in for a
Differently.
consultation.
I put client
let me
over
see what you
profit a lot
got.
of times. I really do. We could raise our prices a lot more, but you know what? We found that these people that maintain our clients maintain these for life.
Right.
My clients
They're
are
not
life.
6 months or
They're
they're
not-
not
they're-
a
yeah,
year.
exactly.
They're doing it for a lifetime.
And where if say we were getting married, I'd be like, let's put a hand-tied weft in because you're only going to use it if you're not planning on wearing the extensions further out. Let's put that in. That'd be great. Knock that out.
Right.
Whereas somebody who's like, want my hair to here all the time and looking great, the nano.
Yeah.
They're customizable to fit the sides of the head. I can pull as many off on the cartridge as I need to. I can color mix them, which often I do is I pull them out of the package and I will put like a blonde with a dark brown or a golden blonde and right there and then just go through.
What about like rainbow colors?
They come in fashion colors.
Okay.
They do come in fashion colors. I don't do very many of those
Right.
because most of my ladies are, like I said, with thinning hair they want just to look, they just want to look normal.
Right.
It's devastating for a woman what hair loss can do.
Yeah.
I've seen them cry in the chair as soon as they turn them around. They're like, they start bawling. A lot of them will. They're like, I can't believe this is me. This is what it used to look like, and it gives them back that youth and vitality
I
and
love
confidence.
Yeah, it's amazing how a haircut or how extensions can make such a difference in a client.
Absolutely.
It's such a
And sometimes you hear these stories that come in and they're heartbreaking.
they are heartbreaking.
I was in a car wreck. I have a scar on top of my head. It doesn't grow hair. There's many things. Alopecia, COVID. They lost a lot of their hair through COVID.
Yes.
And they're just
That
like,
seems to be a big one
there
with
is.
COVID.
Now, we don't do extensions on somebody who's in active hair loss. So if you're actively losing your hair, you don't want to put an extension in because if it sheds, it's just going to come
Right.
out too. So why pay for that? So what I'll do to test that is I put a tape in, a small tape in extension where you blend it in where you can't see it and let you wear it for a couple of weeks. And we can see how much hair is actually shedding out at that point. So active stages of hair loss, I would say wait till you're completely done with your hair loss and you're starting to regrow and you can regrow faster.
This would be like after surgery because anesthesia will make you lose
Exactly.
hair. After a baby because
After a
having
baby.
a baby that'll make you lose hair.
A lot of our clients sometimes are older too. I have some that are 82 years old. They wear a
Right.
full head of microline extensions and they look fabulous. Fabulous. But it's hair loss it's devastating.
Yeah.
Do you do mostly women or do you do men and women or
No, I don't do really men unless unless they have at least to here and want to go longer. Then we'll do them. But most of the men clients are going to looking for toupees.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't do those currently. We are moving that direction.
Yeah,
Right.
because you could do something like that with it, like a toupee
Absolutely.
kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're moving in that direction right now as we speak. Going into trichology courses to diagnose the hair, skin, and scalp of an active because women have 95% of women hair loss can be an array of things. Where men, 95% of hair loss is DDT from testosterone.
Right.
Right.
Where it's pretty easy with men, it's pretty easy. Women, it can be so many things. It can be so many things. Seek your doctor's help.
It could be menopause. It could be from the pellets. It could be
Thyroid
hormones,
issue.
thyroids.
They take testosterone
Yeah.
and it converts.
All kinds of things.
Yeah, there's a million different
Yeah.
reasons why people have hair loss. And we just help combat that.
Okay, well, what was your product you were going to talk to about today?
I love leaf and flower. It is the 7-minute blowout. It blows out the hair. It doesn't use alcohol to dry the hair. It uses essential oils. So it's a sister company of Brazilian blowout. It's called Leaf and Flower, and they're incredible. It's 7 minutes. You put it in, it smells delicious. When
So
I
it's
spray
non-toxic.
non-toxic. And when I sprayed it in the hair, just spraying it, everyone I've never sold one that was like, I love that smell. I want that smell. I don't care what it does. I want it. It smells delicious.
Okay, leaf and flower.
7 minute blowout.
We saw them at the American Beauty Show
Did we?
in Chicago. Yeah,
They're
this past
incredible.
year, and
They're
they had a
using-
huge booth and a huge, set.
They work with a lot of CBDs
Yeah.
and treating the scalp with hair loss problems, which is a great thing.
I guess I didn't understand what that was. So it's kind of like a Brazilian, but not as toxic.
Well, no, it's not.
He's talking about a styling
It's
product.
a styling product.
Yeah, his is a styling
Yeah,
product.
it's a styling product.
It's just a styling product. Okay,
Right.
so it just shine and quick blowout.
Yes, it shortens your blow dry time in half.
Where do you get?
Through your stylist. Leaf and flower, you have to get through your stylist.
Okay, so we have to order it and become a seller of
I
that.
don't think
No, you
Armstrong
just-
McCall
Your
carries
hairstylist
it,
will
but
carry it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just have to call around and see who sells leaf and flower.
Okay,
That
okay.
7 minute blowout, it flies off my shelves. I can't keep it in stock because as soon as I spray it, you smell it, and they're like, I want this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you shorten your blow dry time to 20 minutes instead of 45 minutes, that's a big deal, especially
Right.
wearing extensions.
Absolutely.
Okay, what'd you bring, Christine?
Okay, let's see where it is. Okay, so I have a problem with dry lips, and this is a scrub. It's called the Lip Scrub, and it's Black Velvet Cherry.
Oh, that sounds great.
Oh my gosh, I love this stuff.
Let me smell it. Oh, it looks pretty.
It looks like caviar, but it's actually a scrub for your lips.
Oh, I'm all about a lip gommage.
Yeah. She's got a whole line. So she's got lip gloss and scrubs and mask for your lips. So, but I really like this.
Who's it from?
It is Sarah Happ.
Oh, Sarah.
Where'd you get that at?
Oh, I'm always finding. I'm always finding
I
hair.
don't remember.
I'm always finding product.
Well, I'm fascinated how other people do their hair, or lips, or face. Yeah, I'm always like, what do you do at home? Show me what you do.
Right.
You know, I get a lot of stuff in my Ipsy bag, and then I'm like, ooh, this is really good. I'm going to buy a big one of it. Do you get the Ipsy bag?
I don't get that one.
Okay, so it's like it's $10-$12 a month, and it comes with a little bag with.
I'm intrigued.
There's
I'm
like
like-
there's like 5 or 6 different samples of things, and it could be you can go online and you order it, and you say what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you don't
And it
want.
customizes the box.
Customizes
That's
your
really
little
great.
thing once a month, and it's like $12. But you can get big size orders for $25 once a month.
Ooh.
So yeah, try it's Ipsy, IPSY.
But that's how I came across Leaf and Flower. Was somebody gave it to me
Yeah.
once, and I was like, try it out. And I was like, okay, I'm
you
skeptical.
loved it.
Being a hairdresser, I'm
Right.
skeptical of products.
And I just happened to notice it at the American Beauty Show that we saw because they had a huge booth.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to find that.
yeah, me too. I like
I'll
that.
try
It feels good.
Right. It was all natural.
Yeah, and I like the grainy. To take all that stuff off your lips.
Oh yeah, it's great. I even use it a little bit on my face when, like, around here when my nose is really dry.
Well,
And
girls are so lucky they get to wear lipstick, and it keeps your lips hydrated all the time. Guys just have to deal
Right.
with this chapstick. Yeah.
no.
Chapstick.
But yeah, one of my favorite products.
So I brought Charlotte Tilbury makeup. So as you can tell, I've used it a lot, but I love it. So this is the luxury palette of Pops, and one of my friends told me about it, Cynthia. Oh my gosh. Anyway, my friend Cynthia told me about it, and every time I saw her eyes, I was like, oh my gosh, your eyes are so gorgeous. What is that? And she would always say Charlotte Tilbury. And then I was like, okay, girl, when you get home, send me a picture of what you got. And of course I ordered it and totally copied, which that's what I do all the time.
Right.
Anytime I see something, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get that.
Referrals are so good because
Yes.
it's like, when you see it, then you're like, oh my gosh, what are you using?
But
I want
that's
to
what I
know
have.
that secret.
On my eyes.
I love that.
It's pretty.
One of my clients is a
Anything
Sephora junkie.
sparkly.
So I'm like, what's new? What are you using now?
Right.
She always tells me what's new. She's like, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
love that too.
There's
Yes.
so many beauty things that we do. Not only are we dealing with makeup, we're dealing with hair, we're dealing with nails and skin. We're a Rolodex of beauty, right? And everything changes quarterly. So it's just interesting how our business just keeps evolving
Of
into
course.
bigger and
That's
better
why it's important to
things.
stay educated.
Yes.
Go see shows.
Yes.
Go ask people what they're doing. If you see somebody with cool hair, what are you doing to your hair?
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
So, James, thanks so much for coming
Thanks
and
for
being on
having
our
us.
podcast. Please tell everyone how they can find you.
You can reach me at 601-817-601-8989 at Salon Blue and just look us up on Facebook or Twitter, and we're on Instagram at The Extensions Guy.
The Extensions Guy, yes.
The Extensions Guy.
All right.
Thank you so much. We learned so much today.
We did. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm going to send you some clients, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
I have a few that need to go see him.
Yeah, I don't do extensions, but I will send you all my business.
Well, thank you.
I don't
appreciate
either.
it.
Yeah, and so and we might
Consultations
come
are
watch-
always free.
yeah. Okay, that's great to know.
Since I don't charge for a consultation.
That's great to know. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for giving us
And
this platform.
I'm Angela,
I'm Christine.
and thanks for watching Haircolor Confessional.
Bye.
Bye.